Hello and welcome to my video. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm the founder and publisher of Part-Time Commander. What we're going to do today is take some time and share some leadership tips for introverts serving in the military. This is a really exciting topic, something I'm passionate about. If you've spent any amount of time around people, you'll notice that some people are really outgoing, other people are kind of laid back, some people are really quiet and to themselves. Some people have the natural ability to fire up large groups of people. They're charismatic, they have great energy. Other people, they're just really low key. Both of those types of people can be extremely effective military leaders. There are certain strengths that you can play to your advantage. That's what I want to talk about in today's training. Let's get started by defining what an introvert is. And an introvert, according to WebMD, is a person with qualities of a personality type known as introversion, which means that they feel more comfortable focusing on their inner thoughts and ideas rather than what's happening externally. They enjoy spending time with just one or two people rather than large groups or crowds. The easiest way I can put this in my own words would be, where do you get your energy from? Do you get your energy from being around other people, or do you get your energy and focus from internally within? That's where I get my energy from within. To give you an example, I get really tired, really overwhelmed after I'm around large groups of people for any period of time. I'm happiest when I'm around a small group or when I'm in a large group, but just for a really small amount of time. So if you happen to be an introvert, or maybe you know some people who are introverts, we're going to cover 12 tips today that can help you be an effective introverted military leader. The first thing is to focus on your strengths. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Everyone is good at certain things, and they're also bad at certain things. It's really important to take some time and figure out what you are naturally good at. Maybe you're a good organizer. Maybe you're a good speaker. Maybe you're very neat. Maybe you are a perfectionist. Maybe you're easy to approach. Whatever your strengths are, it would be in your best interest to focus on improving those strengths rather than trying to turn a weakness into a strength. It's a lot easier to make your strengths stronger than it is to make a weakness that you have into something that you're really good at. And here's a quote that I have. Numerous studies have shown the benefits of focusing on our strengths. Some of these include increased happiness, lowered stress levels, more energy, and better health. Number two, surround yourself with people who have different personality types and leadership styles. This is really easy to do. If you have a little bit of rank under your belt, you get to choose who works with you. Otherwise, you're probably just stuck with whoever it is that is in your section or your unit. But if you can surround yourself with people who have different personalities, different leadership styles, you can play off each other. You can bounce ideas off each other. One person can pick up in an area where another person might be weak. It's kind of like a married couple. Opposites typically attract. One spouse is normally really good at certain things. The other spouse, they're probably not as good at those things, but they have other strengths that they can play on. Number three, communicate one-on-one as much as possible. There will be times you have to stand in front of formation, give a speech. I get that. But whenever possible, communicate with people one-on-one. This will keep you from getting overwhelmed in large groups. It'll make your message much easier to understand. And the person you're speaking to will also enjoy the personal touch. Now, this isn't always an option, but when it is, you should communicate one-on-one as much as possible. Number four, take the time to learn the different personality types. There are different personality tests online. There's a book that I read many years ago called Personality Plus. It's by Florence Litterau. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. It's Littauer, Florence Litterau. And she basically says there are four different personalities. There are what they call sanguines, there are perfectionists, there are the choleric, which is the lion, and there is the really easygoing, laid-back person. She gives definitions of each one. You can watch a YouTube video about her personality types, but here's the takeaway with this one. When you understand the different personalities, you can be a much more effective leader because you can communicate with each person based off their personality type, not your personality type. This is going to make a big difference. It's going to allow you to be much more effective as a leader. Number five, don't think of quietness as a weakness. Some people are naturally talkers. In fact, you can't get them to shut up. Other people, they're what I call watchers. They don't talk a lot, but they're very observant. They're always watching. There will be times as a leader, you have to talk, but don't hold it against yourself for being an observer, for being quiet, for watching people. It's definitely not a weakness. If anything, it's a strength, because you can't learn anything by talking, but you can learn a lot by listening. You can learn a lot by watching. Number 6, step out of your comfort zone. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Let me give you a couple examples. Do some public speaking whenever that's possible. When you are encountered with a stressful situation, work on your conflict resolution skills and put out that fire. Do things that you fear, do things that make you uncomfortable, and you'll start to feel a little more comfortable in those areas. Number 7, take a class on public speaking. This is something that helped me immensely. I spent several years with Toastmasters. It was one of the best investments I ever made in my life. It was like $50 a year. It was cheap. But when you can stand in front of a large group of people, whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, and you can communicate effectively, it goes a long ways. As you move up through the ranks, you will be expected to speak in front of large groups of people. It's just part of your job. So if you come across as confident, even if you're not, as long as you portray yourself as confident, it makes a big difference on your effectiveness as a leader. Number 8, find an introverted mentor. Maybe you can find someone who's 2 or 3 ranks higher than you, who has a similar personality to you, and you can ask them for some tips or ideas or what they did to make themselves successful in their military career. Number 9, leverage your listening skills. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Make sure you use them in that proportion. It's really easy for an introverted person to be a good listener, because you don't typically talk a lot anyway. You're always listening. But if you're listening to people, you can learn so much information. You can also will increase the relationship that you have with your peers, because they'll feel that you value their opinion. Another thing you can do, number 10, is don't let people take advantage of you. Some of the real gregarious type of leaders, maybe they're very energetic, maybe they're high energy, maybe they're overly confident. They will sometimes perceive quieter people as weak, but it's not weakness. It's just a different personality type. So don't let someone walk all over you because you're quiet. Make sure you stand your ground, speak up when you need to, but listen when you need to as well. Number 11, don't hide when things go bad. As a leader, people are looking to you, especially when the times get bad. So if you have the natural inclination to run away when things go bad, don't do that. If you want to be a good military leader, you have to face these challenges head on. You have to keep people in the loop, keep people informed, and get these issues solved as quickly as you can. And finally, number 12, let your staff, let your subordinates know your leadership style and your personality. You can sit down with them during their initial counseling or shortly after you take over a job and let people know, hey, this is my personality. This is how I like to operate. This is my leadership style. This is how I want things to be. And it will at least put everyone on the same sheet of paper. So these are 12 of my best tips for introverted military leaders. I hope you got some value out of this. If you'd like to learn more about this subject, you can click on the link below this video to head on over to my website, parttimecommander.com. I appreciate you listening today. I hope you learned something. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day, and thank you for your service.